Here we go. Take two, ladies and gentlemen. This is I Love You, Say It Back. It's the podcast. I'm your host, Vic D, and the boys are back in town. The boys are back in town. Hit him, John. Hey, let's go. Let's go. Yeah, buddy. Thank you so much. This is I Love You, Say It Back. It's the podcast. The Nasty Boys are back with me. John, what
back,
up?
baby. We back, baby.
Welcome back.
Did you miss us? We didn't miss you. I'm just wondering if you missed us.
I had a test. I had to see if you guys missed me or not. Oh, but glad to be back. Let's go. Got a lot to talk about.
Boy.
Sir.
Victory Sunday.
If you're listening on the podcast, if you're listening on Spotify or whatever you listen to, be sure to hit like, subscribe, follow along. Make sure you get updates on all the episodes that we drop. Lots of them coming your way, especially on YouTube. Slowly building up that YouTube. It's funny on YouTube. Some of the videos do really well, and some of them get like 10 views, and it's just wild. But we keep it up there. You guys have your option to watch it, and you guys have an option to listen. But the reason I bring it up is because if you're only listening, you're not going to be able to appreciate the fact that the boys all have our Dodger jersey on.
Championship
I love
jerseys, baby.
LA.
Back to back.
It feels good. And boy, we have a lot to talk about. Real quick, make sure you follow us on our socials at ILY Say It Back Pod. I'm at Vic T Radio. John?
I'm at John Anthony XIX.
Pre_sing13.
Follow the boys. Check out the boys. And let's get right into it because, boys, I think we may have just lived through, experienced, cheered through the greatest World Series game that maybe we have ever seen. Is that too much, or is that? I don't think that's exaggerating.
I don't think no, that's not exact. First of all, excuse me, I'm a little under the weather, so my voice is a little gone.
You sound kind of sexy. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, damn, John,
no,
don't say anything. Just say this is how you sound.
My voice is a little gone, but no, this is one of the greatest World Series games. It's one of the greatest sporting events that we'll ever see in our lifetime. I don't care if you're a diehard fan, a casual fan, if you like sports, if you like entertainment in general,
ceiling fan, it don't matter.
In general, this was entertaining through and through. Had all the drama. Each game was unpredictable. And being a Dodger fan, I was just sitting back watching in enjoyment. I was yelling, screaming my lungs out all day yesterday. What a victory. I can't wait to get into it.
Yeah, we'll get into all the games. Where were you watching it?
At my house with my grandma.
Hell yeah. Grandma was turned. She's like, come on, let's get lit,
Grandma was
boy.
either getting choked out or we celebrated. So
Yeah, no, it was absolutely incredible. And we have so much to talk about that I'm not even going to waste any time with it. Let's go World Series. So we are going to hit on football. We got some football games to talk about, but there's no way. I told the boys, I was like, I know we've been doing regular season football, but there's no way that you can't talk about one of the greatest sports experiences. I'm not even talking about baseball. Sports experiences, sports events that we've lived through, and that is the Dodgers World Series. Went 7 games. The whole series was back and forth. You take over 18 innings, Yamamoto, heroic ball. You got everything in this World Series. You had the David and the Goliath. You had the little underdog story. Then you had the big guys, and then the pressure shifts. And then it was an absolutely beautiful series that had a little bit of everything. And I want to start with game 1 because game 1 in Toronto. And before this season even started, I just want to say that and I was with Pre on this. We talked about it. He's like, I would have preferred to play the Mariners because they would have presented a little bit less of a 100%. Challenge.
yeah.
So we end up getting the Blue Jays, and then not only do we get the Blue Jays, but they also get home field because they had a better record throughout the season. Game 1, 11, Blue Jays 11, Dodgers 4. They cooked us. They came out. They got hot. They got to Blake Snell early, and you know how it goes with the Dodgers bullpen against the number 1 offense. No big deal. We come back. Game number 2, we bounce back. Here's why I want to talk about game number 2, because that was the first game of the series that Yamamoto pitched. And I don't know if you boys felt this, but when Yamamoto pitched or pitches, I feel like the bats, we had one of our best offensive games. They scored 5 runs, and that was not overtime. That was not extra innings, nothing like that. I feel like it takes pressure off the bats knowing that you have an ace that is going to hold them to 1, maybe 2 runs. So it's like, okay, we don't have to go out there and try to do too much or be perfect. And you saw it throughout the series. As soon as he came on or he was scheduled to bat in game 5 or game 6, I'm sorry, where he started, I was fully confident. And the bats didn't come alive, but it also, Mookie kind of came alive. He hit that, he had the big hit. So I felt like Yamamoto, MVP, we'll get to that. But that to me showed how dominant he was in taking pressure off of the offense because they knew that they didn't have to be perfect. Yamamoto was incredible.
Yeah, he was the MVP. He probably one of the greatest just World Series performances just collectively. He's a dog. And like you said, when he's pitching, people were, obviously we're going to be confident in the team. That's our team. But I know same thing. We were like, he's pitching game 6. We're good game 6. We're going to game 7. Like we were getting ready for game 7.
Yeah,
we started.
absolutely.
Who was pitching game 7, so he did his thing.
That's how we're going through game 1 real quick. Everybody was heartbroken. Everybody was like, "Oh my God, what's going on?
It's over.
It's over." And I was like, "No, this is what I expected." I said, "This is going 7. It's going to be a war." Yeah. And I was at the airport and I was watching game 1 in the airport, and I was sitting next to a Mariners fan. We were in San Francisco, and he was just saying like, "Oh, like," I'm like, "Yeah," I'm like, "We almost made it." I'm like, "Oh, you're a Mariners fan," and he said, "Yeah." And I said, "Damn, I wish we would have played you guys." He's like, "Why? So you guys could beat up on us?" And I was like, "Yeah." I said, "If we would have played the Mariners, it would have been 4-1." But but you know what? Look, now in retrospect, I'm glad we played the Blue Jays. We won it the hard way.
Yep.
It took everything from everyone.
For sure, the 2 best teams in baseball.
Philly 2-3. Philly.
And then you know what? Then we responded with game 2. Yoshi came out, was dealing. Our bats came alive. But to Vic's point, that's kind of been Kershaw's career. Every time Kershaw would go on the bump, the bats would die.
Yeah.
Yep. Because you tried to do too much.
So the bats would die, but now this was like the opposite. It's like, you got your ace up there, you don't got to do too much, but this time our bats kind of came alive.
Yeah, we finally started playing small ball. So I've been preaching that for years, man. When you have because we have big hitters.
He likes the old like the Whitey shoelace Jackson play.
You got to do it in the playoffs, man. That's the only way to win. But yeah, real quick, game 1, everyone keeps thinking the Dodgers are the big old favorites. They're the best team, blah, blah. Blue Jays are here for a reason. They got the number 1 record in the regular season. They showed it game 1. Their offense is just so disciplined and they got their second best player. That's another thing. I was like, I don't want to play Blue Jays because Bo Bichette's coming back. Their second best player. At times their best player. Obviously, Vlad was their best player, but that was scary. They just 1 through 9, bro. They battle so well with their batting.
No, yeah. That team has my respect because they were hurt. Springer got hurt. He missed a couple of games. Bo Bichette just came back. He was a little dinged up.
Yeah, their pitching.
Their pitching was on point. They had, Yesevich coming in,
rookie,
dealing, 22 years old, young cat.
Yeah, he was in the AAA.
I love. Yeah, that was a crazy
He was in the
story.
AAA, and then double A, single A, double A, whatever. Yeah,
and then we could go on to game 3. That's the 18 inning game.
Crazy.
It's 1-1 at that point. And every game was pivotal.
That game was huge.
And that game was huge. And you know what? We won, but we kind of lost at the same time. That's where.
What game are you talking about?
Game 3.
The 18 inning game.
So it's like we won, but at what cost?
Yeah. Let me get to that because that was going to be one of the games that I wanted to spend some time on.
Yeah. Shout out Freddie Freeman, man.
So I agree with John and what you just said. Yes, we ended up winning the game. But I thought that was going to be kind of the nail in the coffin for the Dodgers. And I told Dodger fans, I was like, don't be surprised if this number 1 offense is able to get to our bullpen because we just wasted everybody. Both teams were spent, don't get me wrong. But when you spend both and then you get into the bullpens, what ends up happening is that the weaker bullpen that is also tired is going to perform less. And don't forget, the Blue Jays had the number 1 offense. So that was already a disadvantage. And I was like, we just went through everybody in the fucking bullpen. And now that's one of those games that can you feel the lingering effects throughout the later in the series. Yeah. So it's like, we need these guys tomorrow? But now they just went through, the whole game. Now, luckily the starting pitching was, guys stepped up everything. The other thing in game 3 was that they had gotten to the point where they essentially played 2 ball games here. 2 9 innings,
Yeah,
that's 18 innings.
yeah.
They said it on the broadcast. They said Dave Roberts got to the point where he's like, yeah, we're going to go to a position player. Like at this point,
Crazy.
Yamamoto said, nah, fuck that. And he went to go warm up after throwing. Did he go with the complete game?
Yeah.
He went complete game and then said, put me back in on a
They had
1
a
day's
1 day,
rest.
yeah, 1 day
It
rest
was
in between, but still.
absolutely insane. I'm going to give you the stupidest example. In our men's league, I do not pitch. I pitched 1 inning, folks. And I just I thought this is all I was thinking about. I came in here the last week after and I was like, bro, my arm feels like it's about to fall off. That's 1 inning of low level. I was touching 70 if I got lucky. Yeah, and this dude went out and threw 100+ pitches in a World Series, high leverage, high pressure. And I just thought it was an absolutely, from that point on, I was just like,
it's one of the greatest
incredible
World Series performances ever. Like by a single player.
But it did cost us, and it cost us as we see after. It cost us game 4 and 5.
I mean, both teams.
So
I think both teams felt.
So we fought, but and then the whole time I was seeing us play, I was like, man, we look tired, we look sluggish, we look old.
Sound like you, right? You sound old and sluggish, and you sound old, motherfucker.
I'm fucking. I told you, I'm under the weather, boys. So.
But
we're gonna be sick the next couple of days.
I think, yeah.
No, but we look old, tired, and sluggish. Game 4 and 5. We paid the price for game 3, but it was pivotal. And as we seen, we needed every game we could win.
Yep.
But I never lost faith. I said we need just to rest. Our guys are tired. That's it. They just need to rest. We got the day off. We flew back to Toronto. And we know what happened.
That day off was clutch. We lost 4 and 5. Obviously everyone was like, "Oh, that's it. It's hard to win two back in on the road in Toronto." But my thing was, I was like, all we need to do is get game 6, and then anything happened in game 7.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everything did happen. So
after game 3, I was like, this is not going to be good for the following. And then you get to game 4 and game 5, they lose both games. They put up abysmal numbers on 3 runs between the 2 games in the World Series. Is not going to get it done. Yeah. Then they find a way to win game 6. And this is where the fun really started, because you want to talk about, when we talk about like this was the greatest World Series that I've had, and I say that confidently. Matter of fact, let me take it a step further. The crazy thing about this whole World Series and this whole playoff run is I can confidently say that we had greatest blank of all time. For example, I think in this playoff run, I think Shohei Ohtani played the single greatest game of baseball that's ever been played in the history of baseball. And I don't feel like that's far-fetched.
He might
and I
have
don't
did it
think
twice.
Honestly.
When he had the gut on 9 times. Are you talking about the when he hit pitch and hit?
I'm talking about when he pitched and when he hit.
Yeah.
Played against the Brewers.
Yeah. Yep.
3 homers. Yep.
So
strikeouts.
there was that game. I thought that was the greatest performance on a baseball field that I've ever seen in my life. And then you go to the World Series, and then you talk about like the greatest World Series in general, but then you talk about the greatest Game 7 in the history of Game 7s. It's absolutely incredible how good and how many moments. So let's fast forward to game number 6, where the Dodgers are winning, and then the Blue Jays have a chance to tie the game. They got runners on 2nd and 3rd. We're going to fast forward to the end of the game here. And then they hit that blooper. I'm not joking. Glasnow knew it. Everybody at home who's ever watched baseball, when a ball is hit shallow enough to drop. That ball was that's a single 99 times out of 100. Out of nowhere, Kike comes in like a fucking superhero. It was the sexiest thing. His hair's flying, makes the catch, gets the guy out at freaking second base. And it was just like fist bumps left and right. We haven't even gotten to Miguel Rojas and his heroics, but that's how game 6 ended. And it was exactly what the Dodgers did, because that game was about to be tied. That 100%. Drops, and that's going to be tied. And then who knows if they even make it to
then
game
the momentum
7.
goes, it shifts to Toronto.
And that play was crucial because you had George Springer up next.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, and yes. People aren't talking about that enough.
He's just a single machine. I mean,
we knew.
And you got a guy at 3rd and 2nd.
Fast guys. Yeah.
They would have tied it. I think Springer would have got his base knock and would have tied it.
That's game.
So, definitely heads up play by Kike.
Clutch. So many big moments this whole.
Yeah.
There's so many big moments like that It was crazy because like after they won, obviously Kike was like, "Oh, we didn't do anything, joking around." But
And then Yoshi again,
bro,
just
Yoshi, I'm telling you,
one run,
the greatest
holding this offense. As Vic's been reiterating the whole time, this is a number one offense,
bro. It's crazy, yeah.
and Yoshi just holds them to one run the whole damn game.
It's crazy. We're saying all this
Two complete games
without his Game 7 heroics he did.
And
we're not even talking about
exactly.
That. You could if they didn't have a Game 7 and Yoshi did what he did without the Game 7. If they didn't have a Game 7 and Yoshi did what he did without the Game 7, we'll still be like, dude, Yoshi had one of the best performances of all time. And then he goes and does that in Game 7.
I really do believe
Insane.
that just having him knowing that he's coming up, it's like I posted this. I posted my ticket. I basically parlayed the last 2 games, and I was like, one, simply because I knew that with Yoshi on the mound, I was like, they're gonna hold him to 2, maybe 3 runs. Let the offense take a little bit of. I expected honestly a bigger blowout, but hey, it was just enough to get us to Game 7. And then Game 7, you talk about like we've seen it how many times? A million times. Anything could happen. Game 7. So let's get to that Game 7 because
oh my God.
I'll be honest, I don't even know where to start with these epic moments. You talk about like Shohei starts the game, which we all agreed it was so funny. We were
tired.
like, Glass now should have been the starter.
Yeah,
I think Shohei could have gone too. But John was right. Maybe they should have let him rest early in the game and brought him in a little later.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because he had
Glass now started.
Yeah, he had 1 or 2 innings in him. Shohei did.
Exactly.
So he
and
should have
then
stopped after that. But
I like Glass now because he's a true starter.
Yeah.
And then you give him his traditional starter warm-ups. You give him his reps, his do the whole thing. He goes out there. Let's say he's even off a little bit. Well, now you could bring in Shohei for 2, maybe 3 innings in the middle of the ball game. Maybe he's got a little bit of mojo if he's doing some things offensively and all that stuff. But regardless, it happened. They pieced him up for 3 early in the game.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, I was at a wedding. I was emceeing a wedding, and I just got the alert on my phone, and I was like 3-0. In games like this, 3-0 feels like the climbing Everest. It feels like we're never gonna recover from this. And I don't know what you guys are feeling in that moment.
Especially with how our offense has been playing last couple.
Yes, big
this
time.
Is where it was like everybody looked after that home run. Because you follow, like you said, they follow when Yoshi pitches, right?
Yep.
They, off of his performance. It's the same thing with Shohei. They're obviously we've seen it, so they're probably like, "Damn, this dude looks tired." He looked a little, out of it. Even before the home run, he had guys on every inning, so he got in trouble a couple times. Those guys, I think they had people in scoring position like the first 5-6 innings every time.
Every time the bases were flooded, and that made me so nervous.
We play a sport. You guys play it still. We watch it. When a team gets guys on every inning, it's bound to sooner or later
the floodgates are going to open. Yep.
they're seeing the ball good.
Sooner or later, it's going to.
They're hitting the ball hard. They're hitting the ball deep.
So
and then when you got, they come up 3-0 against Ohtani. They go up 3-0, and I said at that moment, if we don't respond the next inning,
with something,
anything at all,
the game is over. Because that lets me know more about where our team's at.
They're
mentally.
Yep.
And even emotionally, where they're at. Luckily, we did score 1 run, so it could have been. It could have been more.
It should have been more. Yeah,
could have been more, but we got 1 in, and I was like, you know what? Okay, good. We got 1 in. That's good. Then it progressed. It was a battle back and forth. I think we went 2-4, right? They scored 1 more.
2-3. We went 1-3.
We got a bunch of like random solo home runs.
No, we went 2-3 on the Mookie got hit. It was a sac fly. Mookie came in. We had guys. That's the other thing is I was talking to my friend about this, and same thing. We were getting guys on too, so we were like we're 1 hit away too. The big hit never came as far as like getting multiple runs at the same time.
Yeah, I feel like the big rally that you're used to the Dodgers having. Like if you score 1,
so many opportunities.
You score 8.
Yeah.
And
so
never happened.
But that just goes to how our offense has been all year. But
credit to the Blue Jays too. Their pitching was nuts too.
Yeah. Yes, their pitchers came in and people forget. Everybody keeps talking about our bullpen being not as good. Their bullpen is not that good either. That was their worries too.
It was a lot better than ours.
But they showed up, so we got to give them credit for that.
No, our starters are the best.
Oh, for sure.
Our relievers are. That's what was going to hurt us. But they had a bunch of nobodies in there. The announcers kept saying, the 28th round draft pick. This guy's 22. This guy's a rookie.
He was in a double A.
And they're pitching their hearts out. But I was saying, you know what? At the end of the day, they're not better than us. They're not. They're a scrappy team. They got they're a ragtag bunch, a bunch of rejects from a bunch of different teams. Bunch of guys that got hot late. And they put up their best fight. But at the end of the day, you get into those championship innings. You get into the 7th, 8th, 9th.
Oh my gosh.
10th, 11th.
That's where the fun started.
And
Holy shit.
I knew the drama was going to come.
Yeah,
and sure enough, once 7th inning, it got tight. And then we got deep into their bullpen and they started shaking.
Yeah.
And then that's when we took advantage.
So I want to talk about a couple plays because, again, going back to, I'm not just saying that was the greatest World Series because of any, like the moments made it. They bring in Yamamoto after having pitched the previous night, no days rest.
96 pitches to get for you.
Before the game, they said there's only one guy who's off limits, and that's Yamamoto because he threw like 90. He threw basically 100 pitches the day before. They said he's off limits, and he said, no, daddy, put me back in. I'm ready to go. And then he pitches 2 2/3, almost 3 innings of shutout baseball.
Oh.
But then the moments in between, like, so they brought him in a situation where
2 on.
Yeah, there was 2 on, and he ends up finding a way out of that situation. That's where, was that the fly ball to, that wasn't where
No, it was before that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anyways, we get to, they get through that situation when they bring him in. He gets out of that jam. Then they don't do anything on offense, and he comes back out. And then it's just insane to think about the play at the plate where the Ian Connor Falefa, whatever his name was. You talk about that play at the plate. Holy smokes. You said this earlier when we were doing the show prep. If that call at the plate is called safe on the field, that is not being overturned.
You can't overturn it.
We got lucky, I think it was the right call.
Oh, 100%.
But I think it was, but if they had called it safe or out, that was going to be what stood, no matter what it was. So good thing that the umpire called it bang, bang play. He said he's out. Miggy Rojas fumbled the ball. He's falling back. He throws a strike. It was just, and then to think that the game could have ended that way. You talk about the Miggy play at the plate. Yeah. You talk about the play in the outfield between Andy Pies, because don't forget, if Miggy doesn't make that play, World Series is over. If Pajes and Kike crash and that ball falls, World Series is over. If Yamamoto is not shutting these boys down and there's so many situations where
many opportunities.
It was, and it went both ways. And then we get a hit on one.
Guys on, yeah.
Will Smith comes up, he hits a bomb, and then the very next inning, Vlad leads it off with a double.
Yeah.
What was going through your head at that moment? Were you guys thinking okay, this is going to go 12 innings minimum?
I still believe in Yamamoto, but to me, first of all, I never thought it was over. But when Miguel Rojas tied the game with that home run, I was just in complete and utter disbelief and shock. I did not see that coming at all. His last hit was a month and a half ago. And then his next hit after a month and a half later is a home run, Game 7, World Series to tie it up.
Top of the ninth.
And if and we already had one out. And if he got out or struck out or something like that, Ohtani was up next, he popped out. That would have been game over.
Yeah.
And mind you, this guy didn't start.
My gosh, I can't believe I skipped right over that. The game descended to overtime or to
he
extra
didn't start the World
so
Series
insane.
at all. Yeah. Andy Paez was batting and fielding.
Yep.
And then we got this guy, Miggy Rowe, to come in the last 2 games to try to. I think he came in 5th. He played Game 5, 6, and 7. To try to stir something up. And then he just comes up clutch and has a big moment, 2 big moments, where he made that play to plate and he made that home run. And his wife even told him, "You're gonna hit a home run in the World Series." And he's like, "But babe, I'm not even.
But babe, I'm ass.
No, babe, I'm not even playing."
Have you been watching me?
He says, "Babe, I'm not even in the game."
Babe, I'm not there, not playing me.
Yeah.
You're gonna hit a home run, honey. I swear. It's that's just shit your wife tells
Can
you.
you go talk to the
Like,
coach, please? Because I don't get in.
are you not watching the games? I'm not even out there, babe.
Apparently, it worked though.
No, we got we can. Well, I'm one of the biggest Miguel Rojas haters.
So I was just gonna say that between me and Pre, our text thread is always and
he's always,
and rightfully so.
Yeah.
To this point, Miggy has been asked in so many situations,
But
you won't find bigger haters. But after yesterday,
I'll admit it, yeah. But also, I'm gonna say he can get a whole podcast on it. Just if Yamamoto didn't come in and finish that game and we won, I would have said Miguel Rojas would be the MVP.
Yeah, I mean, just those plays, those were pivotal, man.
Nobody expected him to play. Like you said, if Pages gets 1 or 2 hits in the first 4 games, Miguel Rojas never comes in the game.
That's true.
He never goes to second. Edmonds never goes to center. Pages never comes back in, makes that play. So Miguel, I mean, that game 6 and to win the game 6. No, yeah, that pick he did on second base. People don't talk about that either.
Yeah, that was a tough
throwback. If that pick gets behind him, they score 2 runs.
And you got Max Muncy too that hit that home run to lead it off.
And it was
before he even we got a chance to tie it. It was 2-4.
Yeah, because if he doesn't hit that, then we're down by 2 instead of
it was 2-4. Max makes it 3-4. Miggy 4-4.
Yeah.
Will Smith 5-4.
I think the only time, obviously, this is our team. You wanna believe in them and stuff. But the only time where I was like losing confidence was when it was before Miguel Rojas came up. We got 1 out. We all knew, me and you talked about it. We're like, he's gotten out in that situation 99.9 out of 100 times. Before Ohtani gets up, he always gets out. And even like the dugout they showed him, and you can obviously they're veteran team. They never thought they were out of it, but you can tell it was like, all right, hey, maybe it's their year. That's it, But he hit that homer. It was, I mean, crazy.
And the Blue Jays smoked it. Let's be real. I mean,
they made a lot of mistakes.
Won the game at least. At the top of my head, 3 times.
Well, that's what we're talking about with the play of the plate. With what are the situations?
They had a lot of errors running bases, like that one in the 6th inning where he got caught doubled up at second base. It was still only 1 out.
Yeah, and Springer was coming up. That's what we're talking about.
That's the same. That's like what we get mad at Miguel Rojas for doing. You make the dumbest mistakes when Ohtani's about to come up.
It was their game to lose.
So they did a lot of stuff. And then again,
it was right there for them for the taking.
Yeah, bottom of the 11th. When Vlad started off with the double, and then they bunted him over right next. It was so quick. Next pitch, they bunted him over. He's at third with 1 out. We get out of that. Miguel Rojas makes that play, and then that was after. Yeah.
And then to cap it all off, the person that was playing the worst this whole World Series, Mookie Betts, makes that, touches the bag,
tough, yeah,
delivers it to Freddie.
Well, they make those plays look so easy. We don't take time to cherish and like appreciate how hard those infield plays are. They make them like as soon as everybody hit it to him, you see all these reaction videos. Everyone's like celebrating when it's like that's not an easy play to make.
That was not it. He was throwing against the grain.
He's throwing it to Freddie, and
he threw a dime.
And he's human.
Could have easily missed it,
bro. They're human. He's thinking about it. Yeah, it flies over, they win. They tie it at least, not win, but they tie it. Kirk maybe goes to second.
And we're kind of lucky that it was Kirk's fat ass. So it was running a little chubby, and he kind of slipped up on the thing. But yeah, incredible World Series. Last thing I want to say on the Dodgers, because we are going to hit a few NFL games. 2 things.
Back to back.
Can we shut the fuck up about? Not us, but can we shut the fuck up about Dave Roberts? He pulled all the right strings when it came to making every single. You're telling me that he inserted a guy into the lineup that hadn't had a hit in over a month. You're telling me that he pulled Tommy Edman out of the outfield and put Pages out there. 2 pitches before that big play because they were talking about like Tommy Edmonds had a bum knee or bum leg. He wouldn't have got it
in there. And 2, if he hits Tommy Edmonds so small, if he hits Kike, they're both falling.
Yeah,
Pages is twice Kike's size. So
yeah. So you tell me he's pulling all the right strings. Then you bringing in Klein and leaving him out there. Remember that 18-inning game? Like,
see that? Yeah.
All those things, like it seemed like and I know there's things that I'm missing
we've been bashing the bullpen all year, but we got to give them a little bit of credit for the 18-inning because they all came in and did their job. Yeah. It wasn't like they scored, we scored, they scored, we scored. We just kept putting up zeros. So you got to give him a little bit of, credit for the bullpen on that 18 game.
Yeah, and then because it was even backwards where like we would be up in the 7th inning and then our bullpen smokes the lead.
Yeah.
It was like that for like 2 months straight where we have the lead and they blow it. We have the lead, they blow it. And in the World Series, they just turn it around.
Giving us zeros up there.
Incredible. And
you know what? And fuck Drake. LA on top, baby.
Yep.
Let's go.
And the last thing too is like here's the other shut the fuck up is the people who hate on the Dodgers. Last year it was very like it was all the Padre fans that were upset but like literally here's what the Dodger haters are starting to do. They do the thing where they're like, oh, before they win, they go, they've ruined baseball. And it's almost they're discrediting the win before it happens. But had we lost yesterday, which was an entire real possibility.
Oh, yeah.
they would have been like, all this money, all these players, all this play.
Can't buy a
They were
ring.
looking at they're never gonna give us their flowers, and you just got to understand that you're a sad hater, and
love
that
it.
you wish. You don't hate the Dodgers. You wish you were the Dodgers.
Yep.
Because if you're a fan of the damn Red Sox, I always think about John.
Twins.
John's the biggest fucking hater. Not you, John. Lego John. If you wish that they were more aggressive, and not only are they more aggressive, they're smarter. You know who has a lot of money? You know who spends a lot of money? The Angels. You talk about Hamilton. You talk about Mike Trout. You talk about they had Shohei Ohtani. They went out and paid for Rodon. Where are they? How come nobody's mad at them? Because they're spending all that money. They're just spending it stupid. We didn't pay Machado. We didn't pay Trey Turner because we knew that his speed. He relies on his speed. He's on the wrong side of 30. So why are we going to invest 10 years into a guy that relies on his speed and he's on the wrong side of 30? Yeah, he's going to look good for the next 3-4 years, but that speed is going to decline. And then the way they structure the contract with Shohei, the way they already got the value out of the contract for Yamamoto, and that is absolutely insane. So not only, yeah, they do have money. That's like undeniable. It's LA. It's a big market.
Everyone
they sell
has
out more than, yes. But they invested into the right people, into the right players, into the right resources, into training, into facilities. Look at Dodger Stadiums, how many improvements they made. They're not just like, we're making all this money and we're taking it, we're going to spend it on whoever the fuck we want. The Dodgers are simply smarter than every other organization, along with the fact that they have more money. And it's as simple as that. And the haters absolutely get mad because had we lost, you wouldn't have heard the end of it. But since we won, it doesn't matter because we just paid for
They
it.
cheated.
It's like, shut the fuck up.
I love the haters, bro. That's my favorite thing to go. Like, I went to work today, so many haters there. But just in general, people are still talking about the ball being lodged in the wall. They're just looking
that's
for
another
every
play. Holy shit! So many
like,
moments from this World Series.
But
Oh
it's
my
crazy.
God.
They look for every excuse. I haven't seen one. I think I've seen like one or two. The dude that played Brucey as quarterback, he's a big Brucey quarterback for.
I did
actor.
see that. That's it.
He's one of the biggest Yankee fans. He always talks shit about the Dodgers. But today he posted a video. He's like, I gotta give them respect. He said exactly what you said. They just build it better. They're better at everything that we do. Other than that, I never like this.
You could always juxtapose it too to the Yankees. They spent a lot of money, and guess how's that been working for them?
They're just getting random guys.
You could always
look at the Mets.
Look at the Mets. I think they have a bigger payroll.
They
than
do.
us.
They have the richest owner,
the highest payroll.
I think the thing is, I think they all start because remember Dodgers been spending money for a while, but I think everyone, Dodgers, Yankees, Mets, they started doing it together a couple years ago. Dodgers just figuring it out that hey, you can't just pay random guys; it has to fit as well.
Yeah, you get your two guys.
They didn't pay Juan Soto.
That's what I'm saying. But yeah, that's because they might have paid. That's what we're saying. 4 years ago, they would have paid Juan Soto because he was one of the best players. But now they're playing for fit and they're playing for There's nobody has ego on our team. Nobody cares. That's another thing we could talk about for a while is when we went, like all our best players, Kershaw, they're all talking about other guys. I think Freeman has 3 rings himself. All he kept saying was, "I'm so glad Kershaw got 3 rings now." Like they're talking about Yamamoto, like he's the MVP. These guys are like, we should be like we've been better.
Superstars with the mentality of role players.
It's crazy,
and they're accepting.
Bro. They're
look
excited
at Roki. He's been started his whole life. He's like, hey, we're gonna need you to close out games. Okay.
Ohtani is the greatest, to me, greatest baseball player of all time. He got lit up. He could have easily left the game with his head down, like I lost it for him. He was cheering the hardest for all the guys.
Yeah.
He had a single. It was kind of funny. I was mad. I was like, what the hell? What are you laughing at? What are you cheering about? He had like a 2-out single. Didn't matter. And he was hyped at first base. Next pitch, we get out. The inning's over. But that just shows you like nobody has an ego. They're out there like, next. When you cheer for the next guy, it helps out so much.
No doubt.
You know what? That's what makes baseball a beautiful game because Ohtani didn't do anything at the plate. And the heroes were not Mookie, not Freeman, not Ohtani.
Not the big names that they paid for.
Not even Teoscar. It was Miguel Rojas, Max Muncy, who is a Dodger legend. They're coming through Will Smith.
Yep.
And
we forget about Will Smith,
They're
too.
still big names. And Will Smith caught,
18. He had most innings ever in a World Series history. Like
70 fucking innings in a World Series. That's a lot. And then to go up there and swing the bat like that.
And to hit, in that situation.
And Tommy Edman, just him coming out of nowhere. He was hitting some balls hard. He was doing a good job too. But that's what makes baseball a beautiful thing. In the NFL, NBA, who's going to take the last shot, It's going to be
Who's
Justin
getting the ball?
Jefferson with the big catch. It's going to be Luka with 45 points and making the last minute three. Baseball, you don't know.
Yeah, you're out there by yourself,
So,
like we said earlier. I
To
think
make
it's
this game beautiful.
Yeah, to me, the last thing I think is we've all played a sport where there's somebody better than you or older or more. You know, the best thing and one of the best things for me is when like the better player like gives you that confidence, like, yo, that was dope. Or,
Yeah.
let's go. Then you're like, damn, he believes in me. I'm gonna believe in myself.
100%.
That's what you watch like Padres or somebody, or you watch like Juan Soto and them. When they get out, they go dugout, put their helmet down.
Yeah, they're by themselves. Yeah.
So I think that's dope. That makes everyone else play better. Edmonds wasn't this good. None of these guys were this good anywhere else because they look up and they're like, damn, Otani's cheering me on.
They're elevated by
So
by the
that's
superstars.
that's what they're.
No
that's
doubt.
amazing.
We're supposed to end this conversation, but I just thought of something and it's a real conversation. Are you guys ready for a real conversation? And I want you to answer this objectively. I'm a Dodger fan and I can recognize this. Are the Dodger fans some of the most annoying fans in sports? Can we have that conversation?
Yeah.
I think
I absolutely. Yes. I think Dodger fans are the Cowboy fans of except we win. Except we actually win, which makes it honestly worse.
John's right here, bro.
I'm like, hey, we got it.
I think as a sport, I think every fan base is like that. When they're winning,
I don't think so. I think Dodger fans are bad, bro. I think Dodger fans. I'm a Dodger fan, and I can tell you that Dodger fans are really, really bad. It's almost like, and I'm not talking about us, obviously. I'm talking about like outside looking, or I guess inside looking in, because I'm one of them. But I see so many fans that don't understand shit. And they don't really understand the game. They haven't watched anything all season. But when the playoffs come around, boy, they are repping it harder and saying like, and they're stuffing it in people's face and they're telling you blank and blank and blank. And all of a sudden it's just like, they're giving you the big names. Ohtani, Mookie. They're not really like, you guys are talking about Robleski. We're talking about like the real players and the way that they realistically could have won and lost. But when the playoff games come around, like I see so many annoying ass. I'm like, I know you haven't watched a single game, but all of a sudden you're out here like you've been repping hard and I hate when teams and fans can't look at a team and say like, no, they were better, or they can, like they will always tell you no matter what, we're the better team and we're gonna win and we're gonna like, and it's just like, well, if that's the case, you're wrong like 99% of the time, but you want to come on here and act like hey, there's no possible ways. Like I'm a real fan because I always root for my team. No. So it's not about that all the time. I honestly, I was thinking about it and I was like, you know what? Dodger fans might be some of the most annoying fans.
I think every fan base has that, but you're right. Dodger, it's just because it's California, LA, like everybody wants to be a winner. That's just what it is. But they are. I think every fan base has that.
It's almost like think about we talk about this, like 49er fans got a little bit of this too.
Yeah.
Ask a 49er fan if they're going to lose this weekend. Hell no. Do they know anything? Nah.
No, they're good though.
But they are, but according to them, they're going to win every Super Bowl. It's like, or if they lose a game, it's not their fault. It's like, we got cheated.
Like,
that shit gets me, bro.
What annoys me about Dodger fans is that they complain so much. We literally have the best roster, the best starting pitchers, the best lineup, and then they always find a reason to complain. And to me, it's a lot of fair weather fans. I get it. When we're good, everybody wants to be a fan. I get it. But the bitching and complaining is like, oh man, here we go. We're down 3-2. I'm like, it's a battle. Cheer them on. Like you can't just cheer them on when they're doing good. When they're doing bad, you still gotta ride for them. I think that's the annoying shit that gets me. And then I've always loved Dave Roberts. I've never jumped on the bandwagon train where people wanted to bash him. Getting to a World Series is very hard. We were never going to beat the Nationals. The Astros, we know what the hell happened there. But he's won 3 already. And he takes us, we win the pennant almost every fucking year. What more do you want from the guy? You want him to go out there and pitch and hit too? But now he's finally getting his respect. But I've always respected Dave Roberts. At the end of the day, the players got to play. And that's... Yeah, that's what it is.
He got a lot of unfair blame and all that stuff.
I'll bet it. I used to say stuff about it, but like you said, if you have to admit that when you say something bad, and you have to also give them their props when they're doing the right thing.
Yeah, no doubt. Let's move on. That was one quick thing that I just thought about, because I am seeing, obviously I'm celebrating with Dodger fans and I appreciate it, but I'm like,
shitty fans are emotional.
You got to be able to look at your own fan base and be like, God, y'all motherfuckers are God.
You guys see the Cholas?
Down ass fools. Hey, fucking Dodgers fools. Shut the
fool.
fuck
You
up.
see, Matt Kemp hit a home run today.
As we're all wearing Dodger jerseys, but this is part of the real conversation. Let's move on to, there was a little bit of NFL. I don't know if you guys noticed, but there was an NFL Sunday. This is an NFL podcast. And it was actually a good week. I wish this week would have happened last week because last week was absolutely trash. Let's get into the Steelers game. I want to hit on a couple games because you would think that the Steelers game, and they made the Colts look bad. They make Daniel Jones look like what me and you expected from the beginning of the season. I'm overthinking that Daniel Jones is going to turn back into a pumpkin, but I predicted this. I make my predictions all on my. You can call me an idiot, but you're going to know where I stand no matter what before the games happen. I'm not one of these people who's like, well, you see, because everybody's correct after the game, right? Everybody's right. No one's ever been wrong after the game once they know the score. Put your nuts on the table. Tell me what you think before the game. I told you that the Steelers were going to win. And did I think that the Steelers are better than Colts all of a sudden? No.
I think you called it last week.
I called it last week, but I was wrong on that.
No. I'm talking about after the last week they lost. You were like, I guarantee they win next week.
And it's because of the pattern that this is just what the Steelers do. I'm not excited. I'm not telling you, you see, we beat the best, one arguably the best. No. This is what they do. They're going to lose to the Packers. They're going to lose to this, and then they're going to win. They got to keep pace with 9-8, bro. They can't lose 3 in a row and expect to get to 9-8. They're going to get to 9-8. They're going to have another win. Chargers next week, I'll tell you right now, they're going to lose that game. They're going to lose to the Chargers next week. This is just how it goes. Sunday Night Football. We might be able to watch it in here if we're all able to make it happen. But the point being is Steelers win, but I'm not that excited because this is just what I said last week that upset me is that they're so predictable, and this is exactly what the part of that is.
What will make you excited about them?
To see a different, for them to actually win a playoff game.
I hope they get 10 wins so Vic could be like, yeah.
No,
I'm kind of rooting for them because I want him to come out and be like,
10 wins, let's go.
Bro, it's almost like, okay, I'm going to put it this way. We have a few more wins every year, but we end up worse than the Raiders only because, do we win or is our record better? Yes. But at the end of the day, I know where we're going to end up. And when you're right every year, you're right every year about the Raiders being shitty. You come out, you're like, I know we're going to find a way to be shit. Pete Carroll, doesn't matter. We're going to find a way to be shitty. Geno Smith, we're going to find a way to be. I know exactly what's going to happen. We're finding our way back to exactly where we always end up. So I know it's hard to be like, oh, Vic, you're upset. It's just like, this is the movie that I've seen for the last 10 years. And I hope it's different. And I'm rooting for it to be different. Don't get me wrong. But I've been burned too many times. Like I'm numb and I'm numb to this shit. I want to move on. Ravens get their kick the shit out of the Dolphins. This game is only relevant for 2 reasons. Their Dolphins are starting to clean house, which I think they should have done already.
Yes.
And then the Ravens, I think they're going to get hot, and I think they're going to make a deep playoff run. Before 2 weeks ago, we were talking about like restructuring our playoff standings or what we thought at the beginning of the year.
The winners, yeah.
I think the Ravens have a chance to get back in the Super Bowl if they start getting hot at the right time.
I think it worked out.
They're getting healthy too.
I think that win against the win against Bears without Lamar was so clutch for them.
Huge.
They win that game, then they get a bye week. Now Lamar looks like Lamar. They got an easy schedule coming up, so I'm back on the Ravens.
And the Ravens defense, what we thought we were going to get in the beginning of the year, they're starting to come along.
Yes,
the defense has been playing very good. Their last 3 games, I know they had a bye last week, but the last 3 games they've played has been under 20. They kept their opponent under 20 points.
I've been saying they've been injured.
That's going to be their formula. It's going to be based on their defense. If their defense ends as a top 10 defense, they can actually do something.
And don't forget, coming into the year, that was what they improved the hell out of the defense.
They just had a lot of injuries.
So
we're excited about the Ravens again.
Yeah,
they'll go as far as their defense takes them.
I would say the biggest shocker of the entire weekend. Vikings beat the Detroit Lions 27-24. Not only were we shocked at the outcome, but we're shocked at JJ McCarthy playing as well as he did. Where the hell did that come from? You thought he was going to come back and ball out?
I thought roll the tape. Preseason week 1, I said JJ, I believe in him.
I did.
What?
Especially coming off.
I thought you didn't.
No, I said I believe you didn't. You didn't like him. And you guys both didn't like him. I said I like him for 2 reasons: the organization and the coach.
John did say
The
something
Vikings,
like that.
they just
He
know
also said
what to
Cowboys
do.
were gonna win.
They make Kirk Cousins look like a franchise quarterback for fucking 10 years. And they could do the same thing with JJ, who's more athletic. He still has the same pieces there.
Yeah,
Aaron Jones was balling out until he got hurt. You still got Justin Jefferson. You got Addison. There's not much you got to do. And him being mobile, it was helped a lot.
Yeah, I'm just surprised it happened so quick. Like,
I seen
first
this,
game back.
I seen this
You
because
go
it's
against one of the best
division.
teams.
It's a division game.
No,
Vikings
you're
and
right.
Lions, they're just always gonna battle,
True.
no matter what.
But tell me you weren't a little suspicious when they kept like delaying him
Delaying
coming
him, yeah.
back. They're like, oh, it's almost like he's good to go, but we don't think as an organization. I feel like he's been healthy for like at least a
I
week
think
or
so,
two.
too. I said
it's because he got hurt again.
I think 2 weeks ago. Remember, I said it when he jumped, when he like some like player fell onto his like feet when he was on the sideline and he jumped over him and he's like running around. But maybe they were like, yo, let's just squeeze as much as we can out of Carson Wentz. Keep keeping him healthy.
They damn near killed his ass on Thursday night.
Squeezed the shit
Boys
out of him.
Moving on. Yeah, that shit, bro.
Where am I?
What was that video that went viral a couple years ago with the soccer goalie where they just kept kicking it to his face? I felt like that was fucking Carson Wentz just taking fucking beatings. Let's move on. Probably the game of the week. Bears 47, Bengals 42. You look at the score. 89 points combined, but the real story was in the last like what was it like 2 minutes? It was absolutely insane. And the biggest thing for me, I can't believe that this was one of the highest scoring points total of the year. Two shitty defenses. It did exactly what they did, and Roma Dunze hit that one button that you Roma Dunze zero fan. You got to pot it up. Roma Dunze. Zero fantasy points.
In a game that scored 80.
89 points combined. Offense left and
Vegas,
right. You
bro,
get a catch.
called
You
it
get a
in.
catch. You get a catch. Roma Dunze. I don't even want to say your name properly. Get the
what was
fuck.
the name of the mob? Your favorite?
Oh, La Cosa Nostra. Oh, you
called
missed
it
it when
in. They called it
yeah,
in.
La Cosa Nostra.
Hey, Roma Dunze.
Hey, I want nothing from Roma Dunze today. Do you hear what I'm saying?
They had the
He's their
unders.
best player.
Somebody took all his unders.
0.
Bro, that is honestly hard to do.
Awesome.
Hit one of his top targets, 0 catches, 0 points. If it was like a if it was like a defensive,
Low-scoring
I'm like
game,
maybe
yeah.
I mean, but one catch I would still
I
be
think
like, what?
Especially with
What
the
the
points
fuck?
scored,
Yeah,
too.
you scored 90
That's
points. If you close your
insane,
eyes
bro.
and
I'm
throw
so
it.
pissed.
And I had him, yeah.
I'm so pissed.
Somebody had
yes,
him on
I
the
did have
fantasy
it. Yeah, I did have him on 2 fantasy leagues. Fucking bullshit. What'd you guys take away from this game?
Joe Flacco is 77 years old.
And still doing
balling.
it.
I think he just, you know what, he's doing it for fun now, man. I'm going to go to a shitty team, and they
Slow.
lose. They're supposed to lose, but he's a
I'm gonna
dog.
get mine.
Hey, Joe Flacco has a very underrated career. People don't talk about it.
Yeah.
Maybe once he retires, he'll get his
Yeah.
flowers.
He's good if you have like an injury for like maybe 3 weeks or something. He's gonna come in here, light it up, and get your starter back. He's a perfect backup.
Perfect. He's a good, shit.
Let's move on. Panthers, Packers, upset of the week for sure. Packers were 13-point favorites. I mean, I don't mean to brag, boys, but this is another one that I posted on my story. I said, I got the Packers on upset alert. I love when I get so much shit from there. Like, you're an idiot, bro. Like, the Panthers suck. And I'm like, you don't pick.
Panthers have been winning. I don't know.
You
why
don't
people-
5-4.
You people. Here's the thing here's what people, the average fan looks at. They look at who's the better team. No. You got to look at situations. Who's coming off a loss? Who's going to be more locked in? Who's coming off a big win? Packers just beat the Steelers on National Sunday Night Football. They're coming in unfocused, and then the Panthers, they can put up points, man. They didn't do it this game, but it was one of those like. I feel like the Packers lose
didn't
games
take
like
it
this
serious,
because they're
yeah.
still very young, and
Yeah, that's
the good teams will. The older veteran teams knock you out early, and they win the games that they're supposed to game. Packers are a really talented team, but they're still very young, and I could see that coming.
That was crazy.
Coming from a mile away.
No, the Packers. What's up with these guys, man? Supposed to be they beat the Lions week 1, and they're supposed to be Super Bowl favorites.
Boring ass.
They
I
get
said
Mike.
it all,
You know they have Mike. What's going on? You know, my thing is that offense is flat.
Jordan Love starting.
Someone
what's-
used to have
what's
Micah
the
Parsons on their team, and they traded him to the Packers.
Yeah.
Come on, Micah. What's going on?
Is it Micah? Wherever he goes.
Micah
they lose.
Parsons.
They're underwhelming. They're underperforming. That offense is fucking trash.
Jordan Love can't get nothing. I mean, it's too. It's
Don't say nothing about it. We want to get Jordan Love on the
Small
podcast.
sample
Nothing
size.
but
You
nice
come over
things
here.
on here. Come here, baby.
Yeah. But
The frustrating thing with Jordan Love is only that you see the potential when they're playing good, and you're like, wait, what? How do you lose this? That's what's frustrating.
He plays up to competition and he plays down to competition.
I think LaFleur too with his play calling too.
Yeah.
Jordan, I mean, he extended a lot of plays and he just does the dumbest throw.
But yeah, Packers, Panthers. I mean, he's just upset of the weekend.
Upset of the week for sure.
Let's move on to actually surprisingly good game. It got crazy. Jags 30, Raiders 29. Yeah, we'll let you take the lead on this one.
Yeah, it was a good game in like the last quarter and a half, but I don't know how I feel about it because
6-9 in the fourth quarter, or something like that. Where you guys?
It was a sloppy game.
Yeah, it was wild.
Both teams get to the red zone and they can't score. Story of the Raiders for the last 20 plus years, but I don't know how I feel because I do. Obviously, as a fan, you want to see your team win. It doesn't matter what their record is. When you watch them, you're like you have a connect. You care about the players and stuff like that. But when you lose, it's cool because it's like, all right, we're not going anywhere this season or ever again. But you'll get a good pick and then we'll mess that up. So at least we'll get excited for a good pick.
Yeah,
I think So it was funny at the end of what Gino did because that's my boy. So.
The 2-point conversion was hilarious. I agreed. I mean, you're not gonna kick a field goal to finish with a tie.
I like that they went for it.
You have to go
They're
for
not
it.
going anywhere. It just sucks when you get like. There's like two sides of having a proven people that are running your team. Like obviously Pete Carroll's already proven he's done his stuff. Gino's done his thing. Because sometimes shit like this, they're probably like, fuck it, it's all right. We already got a job. He didn't get a job anywhere pretty much already there. So
established.
So it's like there's like pros and cons to it. Obviously, pros is you have a proven coach and stuff. If it works out, it's cool because you're like, I got the experience. But now it's like, fuck, we're not going anywhere. There's nothing, what I mean? Like if Pete Carroll's not going to coach for another 10, 12 years. No way.
Yeah.
He's 107 years old.
Mm-hmm. He's Joe Flacco's age.
So it's like, I don't know. We'll see. We're excited for the draft.
Another game of the week, really good game. These guys always just play good games. Chiefs 21, the Bills 28. Let me ask you this. Before the game, who'd you guys pick?
Bills. I hate the Chiefs.
I picked the Bills because they're at home. That's the only reason why.
Yeah.
And they always own the Chiefs regular season. That's
Yeah,
regular season, Bills always beat the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Playoffs, Chiefs always beat the Bills.
So I completely agree. And if you look at the last couple of years, every time they play in the regular season, I always pick the Bills. This year, I went against the Bills only because I felt like the Chiefs were peaking at the right time. Like they started slow, and I felt like they were on an uprise where I didn't feel the consistency from the Bills. But regardless, Josh Allen always plays good. It's never. Here's the thing. The difference between Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes is not talent. It's not one's better, not one's more clutch. To me, it's coaching. And that's where it shows up in the playoffs. That's why Josh Allen can win these games in the regular season, but in the playoffs, when it comes way more about a scheme and a way to attack and a situational. Situational is big, man. People don't talk about like situational football. Hey, when it comes to this, we're going to do this. When it comes to, and that's Andy Reid's experience. He's one of the greatest coaches ever. The difference between Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes is not talent. It's everything around him. It's coaching. And I thought right now, they had the better coaching. I thought they had the better defense. I thought they had the offense that was rolling and surging ever since Rashee Rice came back. So that's why I went with the Chiefs this time. But I'm not surprised at all that the Bills won, and they deserved it.
Like, real question. Can you imagine if the quarterback swapped?
Oh, my God.
See, that's what I think about too.
Like, isn't that crazy?
I think about that so much. I'm like, it would be insane. I actually think, I don't know who's more talented. I truly think Josh Allen is more talented.
Oh, Josh Allen's
crazy
way
to
more
think
talented.
about, honestly.
I think he's more talented. But coach, I always say this, being a Raider fan, I think the most important thing is coaching, the culture, the staff, and then the quarterback.
Yes.
And then after that, offensive line, defense line, whatever. But coaching is the most important thing because they're the leaders and you go off of what they say. You can have all the talent in the world, the Dolphins. Before, bad
example.
No. Last couple years, they've had great talent. They've had some of the best.
Caesar Slim 5. He said, go ahead and mention that in there. Go ahead.
But with their coaching,
you could have all the greatest talent in the world, Tua Goloa.
Their offensive weapons.
The Dolphins.
Lions, too. Great offense. They never win anything.
You just made a statement and gave the worst example of this.
You don't think the Dolphins last couple of years had some of the best talent offensively? Say I'm lying.
Offensively,
That's what I just
maybe,
said.
but
Say I'm lying.
I still feel like their offensive line was weak.
Tyreek, Waddle, A-Chain, when they had Mostert, all those guys.
But I don't think anybody was like, "Oh, they're Super Bowl bound."
No. I said you can have all the talent, but if your coaching and your culture isn't up to par, you're not going to win.
I agree with that.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, if somebody thinks I'm wrong, the Dolphins didn't have talent, then you don't know football.
They had
A couple years ago, Tyreek was
Waddle.
top 5, top 10 receiver. Waddle was there. All their speed and everything, their defense with Ramsey and all that. Come on now.
Okay.
It's funny because they suck now, but everybody's always in the moment now. So.
Well, I think that's why it's funny because right now they're
terrible.
trash.
It makes it way funnier. Let's get to Monday Night Football and our season-long predictions, picks. Pre is still struggling over there trying to figure out a good example for a talented football team. But and he's also struggling with his NFL Monday Night predictions.
Got a lot better.
We have a new guy at the top of John. You've been in the lead all season long, and I'm really happy to announce that we've dethroned his ass. I am now officially in the lead at 8-5. John is now in second place at 7-6, and Preet. Honestly, you got off to you struggled to get your first dub, but you've been kind of on a heater because now you've gotten 5. So it's all about how you're trending, right? So John's trending down, Preet's trending up, and I'm just sitting alone. What do you call it? The winner's lounge.
Oh yeah,
the winner's lounge.
Said that.
Hell yeah!
I'm glad you said that because you know what happens now.
What?
Ever since John hit the winner's lounge, it's been downhill.
It's been
now
downhill.
you said it.
We're gonna add Monday. We're gonna add Sunday Night Football picks just to make it more interesting and more opportunities for Preet to lose.
Oh yeah. No,
I'll be back up there.
But let's get to our Monday Night Football game prediction. We have the Cardinals at the Cowboys. The Cowboys are 3-point favorites. So boys, John, we'll start with you because you're the Cowboy fan.
Well, it's gonna be Cowboys all day.
No way.
Cowboys are gonna win. Yeah,
You don't say.
No
Yes,
way.
believe it or not,
I never saw this coming.
we're gonna win. We're gonna win at home, especially because we got smacked last week. This will be I don't think I think it'll be close in the beginning because I think I still believe the Cardinals O line is they're gonna run a little bit, and you could run all over our defense. But I think we'll tighten up. We'll tighten up and bite down, and we'll see another masterclass from Dak and the boys. But yeah, this should be handily. I give it. I give my boys winning by more than 10. I give it something around 31-21.
Okay, Preet, where you at?
I like the Cowboys as well. Their offense is really good. Mess with Dak and their weapons, and usually when John's here, Cowboys do good. So are you gonna be here next week?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm Cowboys all day. John takes the week off when they lose. He'd be hiding behind the couch.
Did the Cowboys win last week or did they lose?
We lost.
They lost because he wasn't here. I'm telling you.
No, you guys are coming off of no. Did you guys lose?
Yes.
Yeah.
Who'd you guys lose to?
We got smacked.
Yeah, you guys did. So because of that, I am gonna take the Cowboys. I liked the Cowboys. Pardon me. I like the Cardinals because I thought the Cowboys had won last week. And then I thought about it and I was like, wait. Yeah, honestly, part of me still wants to take the Cardinals.
We lost to the Broncos 44-24.
This is your last chance.
Off a loss. I like the Cowboys. So we're all rolling with the Cowboys. But don't, man,
I'm sleeping on theirs.
I might be betting I'm picking them, but I might be betting the Cardinals plus at 3 points. I'm not going to lie to you because I feel like Jacoby Brissett has that offense running better than Kyler does.
Playing?
Kyler's not playing.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Cardinals.
I'll tell you this:
on
if
the downward slope.
If Kyler was playing, I would have taken. That's why I asked if Kyler because there's something about Kyler in Texas. He does well in that state. Against that defense and coming off of the injury, he's a little bit more refreshed. You use your legs a little bit more. Like you said, you can run on that defense. You could throw on that. You could do whatever the hell you want on that defense. And I think it's going to be a high-scoring game, but I ultimately think that the Cowboys at home, off a loss with CD. It's not like the Cardinals defense is some juggernaut either. So give me the Cowboys. And
Pickens 100 yards and a touchdown.
I can see it.
I think this will be a CD game. Pickens had his way last week, even in a loss. I think CD's gonna go crazy. Give me CD with 2 touchdowns.
Oh,
I like it. We're gonna bet that. I might bet that slip. But
Pickens.
all right, folks. Thank you guys so much for rocking and rolling with us. Go Dodgers. Dodger fans, do better. Let's not be as annoying.
Let's go.
But thank you guys for rocking with us. John, it was great to have you back. Keep up with Monday Night Football. We'll see if I guess we all have the same team, so there will be no switches. Truly, can I still switch my pick before the
You
game?
can, yeah.
Okay.
Right, do it
Yeah. I might. I'm not doing it now, but we are going to film the videos.
Put your nuts.
Have the courage of your
What was his
conviction.
line? Put
Hey,
your nuts
my nuts are always on the
What
table.
was the line? To put your nuts in your mouth. What was the line?
No, the
earlier?
line was,
What?
remember the fucking stellar offense for the Dolphins? That was.
I'm gonna
that
pull up
was the
stats, bro. Fuck y'all.
Leave me alone.
Yankees lose.
All right, y'all have a
Blue
great
Jays.
night. Sleep good, because Los Angelitos. I love you. Stay
Peace,
back.
love y'all.
It's the podcast. Thank you guys. I'm at Vic T Radio. I say it back. John, hit him with your.
_sing 13.
John Anthony XIX.
Love you. Have a great night. Go Dodgers.
Peace.